Guys, I'm terrified. I'm going to give it to you straight. I am scared out of my mind because I know my reputation is on the line, and I am this close to picking Ciryl Gane to beat Tom Aspinall. And I know that's wild, but I just can't go against my gut. I feel like he's going to get the job done, and I have to say it. Now, to anyone saying that this fight is just an absolute wash, Tom Aspinall, easy round one, KO or sub, it's not even close, Ciryl Gane has 0% chance of winning, I feel like you don't know what you're talking about, because when you really take a deep dive and look at this fight, there are a lot of avenues and opportunities where Ciryl Gane might be the better fighter and could come out with his hand being raised and that belt around his waist again. Don't forget, he was the interim champion after beating Derek Lewis. The first and biggest point I want to cover in this fight is the biggest unknown in this matchup has nothing to do with Ciryl Gane. We know pretty much everything we have to know about Ciryl Gane already. We've seen him go through everything. We know what he's going to look like. We don't know what Tom Aspinall looks like if he goes past the second round. Shoot, we barely know what it's going to look like if it gets out of the first 2 minutes. What if Tom Aspinall has awful cardio? People just fail to acknowledge that is a legitimate possibility. Pretty much every other heavyweight, I'd say 80% of heavyweights have, no, 80, 95% of heavyweights have no cardio, and once it gets past round 3, they're toast. They're out of energy. They can't do anything. Ciryl Gane, on the other hand, is not one of those guys. He went 5 rounds with Francis Ngannou, arguably the best heavyweight ever, and in my... Sorry about that, my mic fell. And in my opinion, he won round 5 and won the fight. If you can win round 5 against Francis Ngannou, arguably the best heavyweight ever, you have good cardio. Tom Aspinall, on the other hand, in the UFC, we haven't seen this guy past the second round. We have barely seen him outside of the first 2.5 minutes of a fight. His cardio is a big unknown, and I just don't feel so comfortable saying it's an automatic, easy win for Tom Aspinall when there's a huge question mark around his name. We just don't know. So point 1, we don't know about Tom Aspinall's cardio, and we do know about Ciryl Gane's cardio. So in my opinion, if you don't know if his cardio is good or not, and you do know his cardio is good, the nod goes to Ciryl Gane in the cardio department. So I think if this fight goes to rounds 4 and 5, it's only fair to predict that Ciryl Gane will likely be the fresher fighter. Now, that does not mean he's going to win. The better fighter is not always just a fighter with a better cardio, because sometimes you have a freak of nature like Tom Aspinall who knocks everybody out in the first round. And yeah, that's a huge possibility. I'm not blind to that. Obviously, I know it's heavyweight. Anything could happen. And Tom Aspinall is one of the best knockout artists we've seen of all time. I'd say he's the best knockout artist outside of Francis Ngannou that I've ever seen. So obviously, there's a very solid chance he just clips Ciryl Gane, and that's all she wrote. But if this is a tick-for-tack fight, jab for jab, straight for straight, hook for hook, where guys aren't getting knocked out, I favor Ciryl Gane. I really do. And guys, Tom Aspinall is not this high-level, technical, crisp, precise striker that you think he is. He's been clipped before. He got rocked bad by Sergey Pavlovich. Pavlovich was one more follow-up shot away from being the heavyweight champion of the world and sending Tom Aspinall his second loss in 3 fights because he had that weird leg injury versus Curtis Blades. Not a real loss, but you get the point. Ciryl Gane, on the other hand, has also only been caught once. He got clipped by Tai Tuivasa, one of the heaviest punchers in the whole UFC. Obviously, Tai isn't an amazing fighter, but he's probably top 10 for heavyweight. At least that version of Tai Tuivasa was. So they've both been clipped once in their career, and Ciryl Gane has a lot more time in the octagon. The second advantage I'm giving to Ciryl Gane here is striking defense. I think he is the more sound defensive striker. His chin is tucked lower. His hands are usually a little higher. Tom Aspinall is great at defense compared to these other heavyweights, but not compared to Ciryl Gane. Now, I already know what a lot of people are going to say. It doesn't matter if Gane even is the better striker because the grappling is where Tom Aspinall is going to thrive. He's going to double leg blast takedown on Ciryl Gane in round 1 and submit him like it's nothing, like John Jones. Guys, point 1, Tom Aspinall is not the grappler that John Jones is. John Jones has plenty of submissions throughout his career. He out-wrestled Daniel Cormier. Let me say that again. John Jones out-wrestled Daniel Cormier. Tom Aspinall is not doing that. I'm sorry. John Jones in judo takedowns, classic wrestling takedowns, jiu-jitsu, every single thing there is to do in grappling, John Jones is better at his peak at least. So sure, John Jones was able to submit Ciryl Gane. I don't think that same thing will come as easy for Tom Aspinall. It's also the fact that it already happened once to Ciryl Gane. If he's not stupid, his whole training camp will revolve around not allowing that to happen again. And I believe that that's what he's been doing these past 2 years, making sure that doesn't happen again. Guys, and people also forget that Ciryl Gane just a couple years ago was seen as like, oh, he's the agile heavyweight, he could strike, but he could also grapple. Don't forget the narrative. Going into the Francis Ngannou fight, there was a huge narrative. Oh yeah, Ngannou will probably knock out Gane, but if it goes to the ground, Francis is in trouble. I think Ciryl Gane might submit him. Like, don't forget. People forget, man. Ciryl Gane's first 2 UFC wins were by submission. That is rare for a heavyweight. This guy has capability in the ground. I'm not going to act like he's some world beater. He's not Jailton Almeida. He's not to that level of grappling. He's not John Jones. Obviously, he got submitted by him. But he's capable on the ground. He's not just some chump on the ground. He's not a scrub, you know? He's not Landry Shamet coming off the bench for the Knicks in Game 7 against the Pacers. What are we doing? Game 6, whatever. Ugh. Tom Thibodeau should still be the coach, though. Regardless, let me get back on topic. Ciryl Gane is a good grappler. He's good enough to compete with Tom Aspinall, no doubt in my mind, on the floor. But let me know, guys. Maybe I'm out of my mind. Maybe I'm reading into this too much. I don't think I am. I just really think Gane could do it, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't come back to this video after the fight, though. If you think something, if you think Tom's going to win, leave the comment now. Don't just come back after the fight. Anybody could do that. That's lame. Leave the comment now, but thank you for watching. If you watched through this whole thing, I really appreciate it. Going to be making a lot of videos on this channel. You guys probably know about my TikTok page. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll catch you.